Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. So, I didn't have a game last night. I worked a little later and then had a couple errands to run, so I had to call off the game. So, our guys did not get to enjoy the spoils they had, and I didn't get to kill them. So, but I do have something else planned. So, let's head forth. I am the AMDM Lee. This is my cup of coffee, and you're watching Behind the Screen. Think about that. Yeah. It's a little hot this morning. All right, and some coffee grindy. So, I've talked about this before. I'm sure I've talked about it probably under perception check. How do you want to brew this? A couple other things. So I want to talk about encounter building and how I go about my process of encounter building versus anyone else, because there's a lot of different ways you can do this. And I'm going to talk about two specific ones. One of them is the Goblinist 5e encounter builder, and I'll put a link probably up here somewhere, card, something you can click on. And theirs is great. You go in and you pick the levels of your players. You pick the difficulty. You can pick what kind of terrain they're in or environment they're in. And a few other factors you can adjust it in there. I don't adjust anything else other than I leave it as all, and I just do my character levels, and then I click generate. And it will give you all of the monsters and the numbers that should be for that party level at that encounter level. 52 Tarask, things like, it gives you more than, it doesn't just say dragon. It gives you 1 dragon, 4 orcs, 5, so you have your whole army there for the encounter. You just have to make sure that encounter is built over, don't put it all in one spot, because you'll kill your characters. It's a economy of action type thing, yeah? So it's a good little build if you don't have any clue whatsoever what you're trying to build. If you I just need something for them to fight. Okay, I can work that into the story. It's great. I enjoy doing it, and I've done that a lot. I'm like, all right, they're in this location. I need them to have some sort of encounter. What can they do here? And I'll just click through it until I go, yeah, that can be attached to this here, and this is the reason why, and do a little bit of reworking of my plot, and poof, I have an encounter. But now if we're going to talk about, that's the one way of doing it. That's one way that I've done it. The other way I've started doing it is using the encounter builder on D&D Beyond. And since I'm doing Curse of Strahd, I've been playing around with it so I can pull up the Strahd thing. I like it because it tells me how deadly the encounter is. And I can go through and, alright, I know I want to do mimics. This encounter is nothing but mimics. So I can put mimics in, and I can keep putting them in until they're a threat to the party. I can do this with any creature. I can keep putting them in until they become a threat. And I can go, okay, now we're getting somewhere with this game. And you can do that with any creature that's on D&D Beyond that you have access to. There are some that you won't get unless you have that particular campaign setting or expansion, module, adventure. I don't know what they're called anymore. I'm old. Anyway, it's really good, and that's the way I've been building my encounters lately. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about a third way. It's finding something you want them to do, and then building the creatures to fit that. In my last campaign that I ran, they had Grimal and Sarah and Infonasia and all that crew on their first leg of the journey, the first 10 levels. I wanted orcs to be a threat all the way through it. So it took me a little bit to get this rating and to get them where I needed them. Not the players, my orcs. I just wanted something that as they continued to level up, I wanted them to still be threatened by an orc. That was the main storyline. It had the whole storyline dealing with the Eye of Grumsh, and it was great. It was epic. It led to an epic battle with thousands of orcs and the people all across the face of Faerun and the Sword Coast and the entire continent of Faerun just embroiled in a huge, epic Lord of the Rings-esque battle. Battle of the Five Armies type thing. It was good. It was fun. But sometimes you just have to tweak your creatures to be more powerful, to be more of a threat to your party. And I'm not talking about tweaking them on the fly. You can do that. You can tweak this stuff on the fly and make things all kinds of threatening. But tweak them beforehand. If you want a really easy tip, a really way to mess with your players, I don't say mess with your players, but if you want to threaten your players, reskin their characters. I'm serious. Take their characters, their character sheets, reskin them as a bandit crew, and have them attack that. And that's a hell of an encounter. Your characters will fucking hate you. Because it's really hard to beat yourself. That's all I got for now, guys. If you like these videos, please click on the like button. If you think someone else would like them, please click on the share button. Every like's an inspiration, every share is an advantage, and every subscription is an experience point. Help me gain 300 experience points so I can get to second level. And as always, the AMDM does hereby authorize you, the viewer, to gain 10 experience points for every video that you share. You just tell your DM the AMDM said so. And for those of you that waited till the end, you're going to get a sneak peek at what Wednesday's video is going to be all about. It involves little cups like this. And shit. Let me show you my first attempt. We're going to talk about dice casting on how do you want to brew this. So that's all I got for now, guys. Go forth and roll some dice.